some shouting on. During his time at Findlay High School, Aaron participated in the symphonic and chamber orchestras, in addition to the Boingers as a violinist. Aaron also served on the staff of Blue and Gold for the past 3 years. In his culminating year, he served as the editorial editor. Aaron was a member of the National Honor Society, Junior Statesman of America, and a member of the Sketch Comedy Club. In the fall, Aaron will be attending Ohio University's Honors Tutorial College and majoring in journalism and communication. The title of his speech is Infinite Potential.
Sorry for the awkwardness getting out there, folks. You can prepare yourself for a speech as much as you want, but it will not help you when you are balancing a pizza box on your head. At the risk of being cliche, I'm going to start off by reading our quote again. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. I hope you appreciated the emphasis. Now, this is an idea that you've had hammered into your head for years, and you probably still don't get it, but it's important because it's something we're all going to encounter very soon when we make the choice between choosing to live in stagnation or choosing to live with risks. We live in a culture that asks us to constantly move ahead, to plunge forward even when the way is inscrutable. But it's a culture that's also very slow to forgive its own mistakes. To us, a botched job interview or an audition that doesn't go so hot, these are things that we dwell on for months. They're swords that we allow ourselves to fall on again and again. I would hazard to guess if I asked anyone in this auditorium, they would tell me something. They would tell me that mistakes are inevitable. So why do we let the fear of mistakes govern our lives? An article that I read recently suggested every single person on this planet has roughly 100 billion brain cells or neurons that they're equipped with. That's not just the top 10, that's not just the honor. That's every single person in this auditorium. Each of those neurons has around 10,000 connections to its neighbors, and each can be turned on and off like a switch. When you consider that, it becomes clear there are more potential firing patterns in the human brain at any given moment than there are known particles in the universe. Human potential is theoretically infinite. Every single person here has the ability to win the lottery of great ideas. They have the ability to change the world. So why should we hold ourselves back? When we do that, we are committing an injustice against ourselves. Unfortunately, our time on Earth is not infinite. In comparison to the roughly 13.8 billion years our universe has existed, our time in the spotlight is nothing. It's a snap of the fingers or a blink of the eyes. But most of us do and experience far less than we could in that time. Why is that? Fear. Fear is the reason I almost didn't pick up the sign-up form for this speech. And I can't tell you how glad I am that I did. Because the chances I'll stumble over my words in the next few minutes are remarkable, but I would rather do that than know that I didn't try. The great thing about life is that it's trying and it's difficult, and sometimes fear will overcome us. But there's always another opportunity waiting around the corner. This is something that I understand very well. I am a 2-year alumni of the Boingers. For those of you uninitiated, that's the band that backs up our show choir. And I can tell you from that experience that I love playing the violin. But one thing that I always wished I'd done was try to dance and sing, to join my colleagues out there in the limelight. And at my last cabaret, I was given that opportunity. Now, what I actually did out there was probably more akin to convulsing before a captive audience. But I don't care, because it was new to me. It was a new experience, and it's something that I will never regret. There is a time and a place for caution and deliberation in our lives, but it's not at the time. We can't let fear rule us. If you don't believe Cosby, believe me. When I started my schooling 12 years ago, we've just had terrible luck with these quotes so far, haven't we? When I started my schooling 12 years ago, I suffered from severe and debilitating anxiety. I was afraid to speak with people, certainly to make friends. I couldn't even walk in the front doors of the school. A teacher had to take me in the back. My parents took me to a neurologist, and that neurologist told them it was unlikely I would ever graduate from high school. Very unlikely I would ever be standing up here with you. Had I not abandoned fear, had I not listened to my friends and family and accepted their help, I probably would have proven that neurologist right. We owe it to ourselves to do everything in this life we can, to do and experience all that is possible, to use some of that remarkable, see, I told you I'd stumble over my words, remarkable, baffling potential that we've been given. That's what I want for myself, and that's what I want for all of you. Thank you for 4 fantastic years.